Well, what a sight this is, a beautiful evening and the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing.
This is Peter Drury, and I'm happy to inform you that Jim Beglin has joined me to offer his expertise.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Drury, and hello to everyone.
And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. We're up and running then. Well, he's seen that early, used a certain sixth sense.
A slightly better ball would have led to a very different outcome there.
Ajax clearly didn't help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was always going to be intercepted.
Looking for the run. No, that's been intercepted. Tuyen cuts out the pass.
Modern football is full of power, pace and physicality, but there's a player out there who's managed to avoid the helter-skelter and play a game of purity.
The peerless Pirlo.
Yeah, he coined the phrase regista, and he rules.
Davids. He's found space here. Patience, the overwhelming virtue in this game so far. Davids. He's a sharp little ball here.
And into the grateful arms of the keeper.
Zanetti. Oh, red, nice interception. Pirlo.
Well, neither defence has had a wake-up call yet, because neither attack has turned up.
And he welcomes it in.
Edmilson is someone so often referred to as the defender's defender.
Ajax really look like a team that's set up to absorb pressure. They don't mind being on the back foot.
But with something up their sleeve.
Yeah, they clearly feel they can hit hard on the counter-attack thanks to their pacey options.
Roberto Carlos
is offering some sort of an apology there.
He made it look a bit predictable.
And he welcomes it in.
Pepe kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. Now it's Hullet. Davids.
Messi.
Now it's Hullet.
And it's Vieira. Roberto Carlos
Gets over and intercepts. Davids. That's a cute ball. Pass somewhat off target.
Pirlo.
Zanetti.
Now it's Hazard.
Muscular approach does pay off here. Thuram did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. Shoots! He's scored! And it's Cameroon who take the lead. The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Cameroon are such an adept counter-attacking team. They produced something out of nothing there. A few seconds was all it took for them to...
And the shot! a sharp finish! And they're threatening to fly away here! The lightness of step, the sharpness of movement, the certainty of finish.
Oh, that's wonderful to see. The run was explosive, the finish exquisite.
Cameroon are doing very nicely, thank you.
This is wonderful front-footed football. The manager will be absolutely thrilled to see his team clicking in every department.
Now it's Hullet. Hullet! Oh, the ball's run loose here. Oh, what has happened here? And it's Pirlo. Well, that pass isn't the best. Hullet looking for the chance to skim one in from range. Passing is crisp and sharp. Cameroon heading towards the half-time break. The wind very much in their sails. Messi, and Messi! It's bounced back off the post. And he's gone direct here.
They'll want to make the most of this turnover.
Nicely worked. And smartly reclaimed.
Bullet clearly held on to it far too long there. Did he do enough to find someone? He looked as if he had his mind set on trying to do everything his way.
He has a look up. And he cuts out the supply. Not the most accurate pass. And for the first half, that is that. What have we learned from the first 45 minutes?
Cameroon clearly have plenty of cause to be happy, Peter, but they'll need to resist the temptation to just sit on the lead second half. The opposition will be doing their utmost to try and get back into this, so they have to be alert.
Cameroon firmly in control at the break, 2-0 the scoreline. And so the action is resumed. Nicely weighted ball. Azar! Goal! Barely into the second half, and already it is heating up. Oh, delicious, such devilish curl.
And you can see he meant every bit of that, Peter. He had his head up as he went to hit it. He knew his landscape.
Ajax cut their deficit and look raring to go again.
The manager must have given them an earful at half-time, and fair play, because it seems to have worked. They've got to kick on from here now.
Now, can they get him away? Tuyen deals with that comfortably. Well, he has slightly undercooked that one.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
He's in a good position here. Oh, that is superb. A dangerous moment, perfectly dealt with.
Some inspired work, that. It's good that someone knew exactly what they were doing.
Well, the run has been sold a little bit short there.
Ajax clearly should have gone for the easier pass. Now they'll have to quickly regroup.
Ambitious ball here. Now that's well seen too. Adriano being given no time to dwell on the ball here.
Yeah, and if they're going to try and stop him in this fashion, Peter, they're going to really test the referee's patience from here.
Azar, very much a man of this moment. Rummenigge providing an outlet on that flank. Goes for a shot! And that is wildly off target.
I thought it was a really good break. No shortage of pace nor intensity. Exactly what's required when on the counter-attack.
Ajax can now introduce the first of their substitutes. Well timed, excellent interception. And it's Bergkamp. Zanetti, he is through here.
So 2-1 now, and things have got a whole lot more enthralling here.
Yeah, this is a real psychological test now that will tell us whether one side buckles and the other kicks on.
Pullet chasing after it. That has found him in acres of space. And he's managed to get free. Now it's Pullet. Zanetti.
Zanetti delivers.
Oh, well, that is not a great touch.
It speaks for itself, doesn't it? Best left there.
And the pass is intercepted.
Well, that's clear cut. It's a free kick.
Well, you might think he got off lightly. It is just a verbal warning.
And it's Vieira.
That's exactly what they need to keep doing. Carry on plugging away and eventually you might just get that little break.
Well, they're looking a whole lot more urgent now.
A lucky break would certainly help their cause now.
And this is Del Piero, and Del Piero! And that's off target.
Well, it didn't quite come off this time, Peter, but that's a warning to the opposition. This team know how to counter and they'll be looking to do it every chance they get.
Another pass just keeps it ticking over. Bergkamp
Is always scanning the pitch for targets.
Zanetti. No, he's not going to get any further than that.
They've got to make this nice and quick.
That has ended up in no man's land.
Well, there is a look that says it all.
A piercing stare.
Clearly is miffed, having made the run and not get picked out. Keep calm and carry on. That's the job in a nutshell now.
Knocks it into space. That's a nicely shaped ball.
That's put paid to the danger. And that's a throw-in.
Changement pour le Cameroun. Le numéro 18, le numéro 9, le numéro 15.
Zanetti.
Raphaël
It's an
Varane.
inviting looking
Le
ball,
numéro
that.
17, Pepe. Le numéro 5, le numéro 26.
Mateus.
And he was quick to react.
Le numéro 4, Luis Suarez. Le numéro 32, le numéro 3,
Tuyen.
Tuyen. Le numéro 13. le
They want to be
numéro
quick
20,
here. It's breakaway time.
Le numéro 2.
Pele
Attention,
looking to be
changement.
a menace in the final third. Not much time now for anything fresh to happen, I think. Over to the right flank.
Ajax really can only do one thing now, Peter. Get the ball up front, make sure it sticks and sustain some pressure.
Stood up well to him there.
Tuyen.
Zanetti.
That has not gone well. Nice interception. His positioning was spot
Il y
on.
aura 2 minutes de temps additionnel.
Time added on will be 2 minutes. Zanetti makes the interception. Challenge just a bit on the firm side. Oh, that looks a cracking ball. And we're done. What a game, what a show. Both sides robustly going about their business, and that has turned...
So welcome one and all to a picturesque evening here, a clear night, all the ingredients for a showcase game that the passionate crowd demands. This is Peter Drury, and I'm happy to inform you that Jim Beglin has joined me to offer his expertise.
Thanks, Peter. Hello, everybody. Ready to see what unfolds in this one now.
Just listen to that noise. This place is definitely up for it. Let's hope we get a contest worthy of the setting. We're up and running then. Looking to play him in. And that is expertly dealt with. Hazard.
We've seen many free role players that have graced the game, but Ruud Gullit is amongst the elite.
Well, no one would argue with that, Jim, but what do you identify as special in him?
Well, so physically powerful and intimidating, and I think his athleticism helps him get through a fierce amount of work.
Nothing quite like him in the modern era.
Agreed.
It's a throw-in. Zanetti. And it's Ed Nielsen. Pirlo. He can run onto that. Oh, he's bustling through here. And he shoots! What a wonderful goal!
Well, talk about a real rude awakening. It's almost as if the defence saw nothing coming. They just didn't anticipate. On heels rather than toes.
That is so good. Such sharp skills. And such a delicious finish.
Well, I think he was saying to his teammates, how dare he...
Gets his head on it! And he looked every bit the assured keeper there.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
Rafael Varane. Zanetti. And the pass is intercepted. Araujo. Edmilson produces the perfect tackle there. Now it's Hazard. Hazard will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. Roberto Carlos.
Cameroon are really in a position where patience and prudence will serve them best. Time's on their side.
Shoots! It's a goal! A quite incredible spell. They are flying. And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
And yes, it's him again. He leaps for it, and he stuck it away. What a header, flashed in with the crispest of contacts.
That's terrific aggression, the way he attacked the ball.
A shift in momentum, perhaps.
Well, what a difference a goal makes. Now, all of a sudden, it seems the belief is back.
Hazard. Rummenigge received. Rummenigge! And no mistake. And this is getting better and better. Beautiful, just beautiful. The joy of the moment.
That is simply tremendous. I mean, how easy would it have been to get across it or overhit it? Perfection.
And with that, the hat-trick is complete.
This is frightening football. He has increased defensive fear on the way to that hat-trick.
Well, that has changed the dynamic somewhat.
They've seen the light and the opposition.
He's having a hit! And the goalkeeper watches it past.
Yeah, it seemed the right range, and I guess it was worth a try.
Oh, can he get onto this? He's not got that quite right.
Nesta is a perfect combination of brain and brawn. And it's Messi. Edmilson. And it's Edmilson. That's going wide left. He's had a shot!
He has saved the goalkeeper's blushes there. What great defending.
Now it's Hullet. Tries to play it through. The less said about that pass, the better. Zanetti is sporting a guilty look after that.
He made it look a bit predictable.
And there's his chance to lead the counter. Great ball if he can get there. Cameroon are still behind as we reach out for half-time. Nesta. And Zanetti. And they've got a throw. Araujo. Pirlo. Varane spots it and intercepts. Well, quality clearly deserted him at the crucial moment.
Well, that's down to a simple miscalculation. No more, no less.
Roberto Carlos, who's set up one goal so far, and he welcomes it in.
Temps additionnel, 3 minutes.
They'll want to make the most of this turnover.
Zanetti. Vieira. And it's Vieira. Van Bronckhorst. Hullet.
They've got to make this nice and quick.
Couldn't squeeze it through. So, a temporary halt to the action. So that was the first half, and we will be back with the second half shortly. So off we go again.
Well, I think they have to be positive despite the scoreline. The one thing they don't want to do, Peter, is give away an early goal. But they can't afford to get too cagey either. So attack with real devilment, go for that goal and see if they can unsettle them.
And it's Messi. Van Bronckhorst. Adriano. That'll be a corner. Cameroon with the corner, there first. Ajax have the chance to go the other way. Azar. Vieira. Messi. Messi going face-to-face with his great rival. Played out to the left flank. And that's aimed in. There's the header! And it's there! With fun and fury, they continue to do their thing. Broad smiles all round. It is indeed a fine, fine header.
Well, I don't think he could have asked for a better ball in there, Peter. All he had to do was get in position.
As if 3 weren't enough, this is nigh on utopian. Ajax visibly comfortable, now up by 3. And it's Zanetti. Pepe cuts out the pass. Adriano being watched hawkishly here.
Yeah, better communication and lots of contact seems to be the route to quietening him down now.
Zanetti. And that is a little undercooked. It's gone out for a throw-in.
Changement pour le Cameroun. Le numéro 18, le numéro 9, le numéro 19, Messi, le numéro 11.
Played into
À
space.
leur place,
Nicely
le
worked.
numéro 14,
And
le
it's
numéro
hoisted
32,
clear.
le numéro 22,
Now it's
Ronaldinho,
Vieri.
le numéro 20, O'Shea.
Some really good
Changement.
ball movement. Now here's a man adored by many, even deified by some. Nice looking ball. Messi. Well, it didn't look good for a while, but that was brave defending and they got away with it.
That's simply brilliant defending. They were outnumbered, but he still came out on top.
Cameroon still have the cards to affect this game. Messi gets into a good position. Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Cruyff. It's played through for him. And the counter is on. Now it's Ibrahimovic. And it's Azar. Now there's a fine ball. Pinged towards the front line. And smartly reclaimed. Well, that pass isn't the best. That has ended up in no man's land. Cruyff. And that pass just didn't quite work. And here's Cruyff. And he's being shifted off it. Well, that's really good play on the right. He's driving forward, looking for options for movement. O'Shea, Vieri. Chance! And yes, it's there! They forced the error and extracted the maximum punishment.
It's just sloppy to lose the ball like that, Peter. The ease which they were able to cut through them from there, that definitely doesn't have a good look about it.
Changement pour le Cameroun. Le numéro 8.
So changes afoot here and from both
Le
sides.
numéro 15.
So could they be onto something here?
À leur place.
Can he get it through? And he's picked it up out wide.
Attention, changement.
Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Searching pass he's played there. That's an imaginative pass. Well, facing up to his adversary, this is a formidable matchup. No, he's not getting his way this time. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. He's a sharp little ball here. Not the most convincing of passes. Pele, of course, a dribbler of outlandish ability. And here's Cruyff. Not where it came from. Pirlo. Pele. No, that's been intercepted. Tuyen. And Zanetti. Ibrahimovic back and defending.
Il y aura 2 minutes de
Del
temps
Piero.
additionnel.
And he's forced to go back. Ajax clearly now in lead preservation mode. Now, can they get him away? Pele receives it in a wide position. He's got away. And we're done. Well, that was a frustrating game. They were, at times, cohesive, very capable.
Welcome to those who have joined us all here on a beautiful, clear evening. The conditions contributing to a fantastic atmosphere in the stands. This really is the place to be.
This is Peter Drury, and I'm happy to inform you that Jim Beglin has joined me to offer his expertise.
Hello, Peter, and hello to everyone watching. For me, it's a real thrill to be here.
Well, colour and passion just oozing from the stands here. These fans love their football, and we're about to be dished up a feast of it. If you have just joined, you have just missed the kick-off. Excellent chance, surely!
And he's there to clear it.
Nice interception, well timed. Nesta can clear it away. That's a good foray he's making. Well, that's well seen too. Whatever he had in mind, that was not it. Well, there is no question that Eden Hazard on his day is one of the world's best, Jim, so how do you interpret the role he's been given here?
Well, we all know he's at his best when he's coming in from that left side, whether it's to drag people away and isolate them or to combine with central attackers, but he also often plays as a 10, as we know, in a free role.
And is that a new dimension to his game?
No, he's been at that for years, and he's just very good wherever he plants himself.
There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through.
I'm struggling to work out whether that was brave or a bit stupid. Maybe both, actually.
Roberto Carlos. Messi. Good read, needed to be. If you have just joined us, well, you've missed no goals. Zanetti conjures time and space where few can. And it's Zanetti. And this is Hullet. And a chance! It's loose, and there's a race for the ball.
They'll want to make the most of this turnover.
This looks promising. Pirlo. And it's Zanetti. Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that. Shifted it to the flank. Roberto Carlos. Roberto Carlos delivers. That should be the goalkeeper's, and it is. Pirlo. For Messi. Vieira. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Aimed beyond the defence. No luck with that dink over the top. Zanetti.
Yeah, they were looking for a counter-attack.
Now it's Hullet. And here's Messi. And here's Hullet. Oh, lovely feed. He is such a good mover. He's got plenty of space out wide. Can he finish? Goal! Ajax! That is so good. Such sharp skills. And such a delicious finish.
Well, I think he was saying to his teammates, how dare you doubt me?
You felt it was coming. 1-0.
Yeah, but I think they all know too well that things are far from done here, and while there's never a good time to be caught out, you definitely don't want it to be now.
Chips it through. Oh, he's having a shot! He's got a goal! They are purring, truly purring. One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Well, it's an example of counter-attacking at its finest. Real cut and thrust.
And he's done it again. He's got his second. Ajax are now luxuriating in a 2-goal lead.
To be expected, Peter. They've gone and stepped it up. Something they've been threatening to do and will continue to do by the looks of it.
Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
Zanetti looking to play him in.
nicely aimed pass. A slightly better ball would have led to a very different outcome there.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball.
Oh, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time.
Rummenigge! Truly a man who will pass the test of time! A finish right from the top draw! Again, in a trice, and they are soaring!
Stylish in the extreme, a delicious goal.
Oh, give me this every week. The technical ability was superb, and you can see he meant every bit of this.
Ajax find a position of real strength now. Davids. Rafael Varane. Time and again they are repelled. Now, can they get him away? Pepe spots it and intercepts. Davids. Now it's Roberto Carlos. Oh, that looks a cracking ball. Deftly away. So, a temporary halt to the action. Well, I don't think many people saw this coming ahead of kick-off. Well, that just about sorts out the first 45 minutes, and we'll be back with the second very soon. So right back into the action. Cameroon not having the rub of the green at the moment. They are trailing. Messi. Can he spark a counter here? And it's Davids for Varane. Oh, and they're quick to press here, right on top of them. Nesta. That's a good run down the left. Messi. Azar, very much a man of this moment. Zanetti.
Rummenigge really was well marshalled there because he was denied the opportunity to turn. Look, they've had their chance to regroup and rethink. Now they've got to stir a revival.
Now it's Hullet. Hullet being given no time to dwell on the ball here.
Yeah, and they've got to be careful, Peter, that they don't allow their attempt to snuff out the threat now to turn into indiscipline.
That looks a good ball through. Referee has just said play on. It's all a little bit desperate, but it's got the job done.
Well, that tackle was immense, and so was the relief. The great escape.
And here's Hullet. Well seen, saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Davids. Zanetti. Not the most accurate pass. Oh, what a mistake! Messi, and he's undercooked that. Messi. Ajax are looking to break at pace. Pirlo. And it's Vieira. Zanetti has created one goal already. Goal kick. No, I stand corrected, it's a corner.
Changement pour le Cameroun. Le numéro
Well, height
19,
could make all the difference
Messi.
on these set
Le
pieces.
numéro 9, le numéro 26. À leur place, le numéro 4. Luis
He's played it
Suarez.
short.
Le numéro
And here's
32.
Pirlo.
Le numéro
Takes
22.
towering header.
Ronaldinho.
And he's opted for the long pass. And now a sudden chance to counter. Oh no, he's got that wrong. Cameroon do have options available on the bench if they want to go that way. And he's had it nicked away. Edmilson. Opts for safety. And it's Pepe. Closing in on the last quarter of an hour. Pele. He won't be happy with that one. Lovely pass, but can he get there? And this is Vieri. Ibrahimovic. It's a searching pass. Always onto this. And here's Suarez. Araujo. And that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
Can he get on the end of this? And this is Luis Suarez. Edmilson. Look at the space here. Luis Suarez. Well read. And the danger is averted. Could move up a gear here. Looking for options for movement. No, that's been intercepted. Edmilson. And it's Cruyff. He's a sharp little ball here. Oh, it's played into the area. Araujo with the clearance. Rafael Varane. Pepe. Zanetti. He's rising! No, he didn't quite meet it right. Turns back here, probably the best option. He is through here. Luis Suarez in with the challenge.
Additionnel.
Adriano. So just one extra minute for stoppages.
If they want to counter, they could do with more speed.
And that is as far as it goes. Cameroon cannot spin this any other way. They came up against opponents who... So welcome one and all to a picturesque evening here. A clear night, all the ingredients for a showcase game that the passionate crowd demands. Well, I'm Peter Drury, and I'm joined in the commentary box by the familiar figure of Jim Beglin.
Thanks for the intro, Peter. I've been soaking up the atmosphere and I'm really looking forward to what lies in store.
Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. So things are underway. And this is Pullet. Pullet! What a wonderful goal!
Well, talk about a real rude awakening. It's almost as if the defence saw nothing coming. They just didn't anticipate, on heels rather than toes.
And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Just when they thought they may be in at one end, they end up shipping a goal at the other, and it's all due to wonderful counter-attacking. They hardly had time to even react, and there's only one word to describe that.
Just the keeper in his way. Well played, that has snuffed out the danger. Well, a glitch with the rangefinder there, and evident annoyance.
His teammates are really annoyed with that, you know, and they have every right to be.
And here's Pullet, and it's Ed Nielsen. And that's it's Bergkamp! Oh, that is rather wayward.
Bergkamp really looked sharp out there. That first touch, sensation.
Messi. And he's forced to go back. Zanetti.
Whatever happens, that's the kind of movement which raises hope.
And the finish! Davids. It's a searching pass, and he was quick to react. Davids. And it's Ed Nielsen. Cameroon are behind here, despite their domination of possession. Pass somewhat off target. Tries to pass it through.
This is actually quite a courageous move, and I'll add ambitious and adventurous too.
Azar, a player who needs no introduction. Zanetti, and the through ball. Shoots! Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Good ball, good take.
Well, I wouldn't quite advise they should resort to risk-taking at this stage. There's plenty of time left yet.
Zanetti. Pirlo. Looking to pass their way up the pitch. Oh, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable matchup. Chance! Same again, same outcome.
Ajax really can be very happy with the way they're going about things, Peter. They'll want to capitalise on this good spell, though.
Over to the other side. Zanetti. Well, it just petered out. No penetration at all, having had a great deal of the ball. Davids. And it's Roberto Carlos. Oh, that's superb.
Cameroon truly have no need to panic. They can reassess at half-time.
He's picked his way through. Rummenigge stood his ground strongly. Goes for a shot! And that is wildly off target.
He just didn't catch that one right, and he knows it.
Not the best distribution from the keeper. Bergkamp.
Looking to play him in. Whistle's gone, that's a foul. Well, the ref's been lenient here. I doubt he'll get too many more chances.
Well, you either commit a foul and take one for the team, or just stand by and concede a potential goal. It's not a great choice, Peter, but I think I do the former in that position.
Half-time nearly with us. They will be desperate not to concede here. And this is Hullet, and the shot! And it's Zanetti. Oh, nice touch. Edmilson is a perfect combination of brain and brawn. Pirlo. And they can counter here. Rummenigge gets into a good position. Roberto Carlos.
Temps additionnel, 1 minute.
Hullet. Roberto Carlos. Well, that has not gone well. And the referee says that is that for the first half. Well, it's certainly simmered along nicely so far. Just the one goal in it, and it's all still very much up for grabs. Cameroon currently behind by 1-0 at the break.
Yeah, you don't get any points for stating the obvious, Peter, but thankfully this is still very savable. Keep things simple, keep the intensity high, and hope for an early goal. If that happens, it's a game changer.
So that was the first half, and we will be back with the second half shortly. And so the action is resumed.
Cameroon really need to bring up their intensity and rhythm a notch or two, Peter. Just looked a step too slow on everything.
Defending was strong and firm. Messi. Pirlo can see things others simply cannot. Bergkamp.
They've been denied a chance to develop any rhythm in the passing department. A lot of space here, a real opportunity.
Oh, a delicate chip through. Nesta kept his eye on it, and he's there. Vieira. Zanetti. It's run loose here. Some excellent tackling here, and that one a perfect example. Great defending, strong and determined. Can he spark a counter here? Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. And he's managed to get free. Zanetti is very much the model of the modern-day fullback.
Changement en cours.
So the manager can make a change for the first time in the game here. Cantona under intense pressure.
Yeah, and if they're going to try and stop him in this fashion, Peter, they're going to really test the referee's patience from here.
60 minutes played. He has found a way through. Zanetti crosses. And it's kept out by a stubborn defence.
Adriano!
Big relief, it just needed better contact. Your impression so far, Jim?
Well, there really isn't enough happening up front, Peter. They just haven't been afforded much by way of creating chances. They must start showing some bite.
Messi. Good ball over the top. Well, the manager might be thinking of shuffling his pack here.
It's about risk-taking and boldness now. Are we going to see any activity from the bench?
Edmilson. Davids. And here's Roberto Carlos. Davids.
And this is Roberto Carlos. That's a good block, but at the expense of a corner. Cameroon with the corner, they're first.
Changement pour le Cameroun. Le numéro 23, le numéro 21. À leur place, le numéro 14, le numéro 4, Luis Suarez.
That's exactly what they need to keep doing. Carry on plugging away and eventually you might just get that little break.
There is an irresistible, irrepressible look about them here.
Well, the question now is whether they can sustain it.
Bullet with his sights permanently trained on that bottom corner. Varane gets over and intercepts. Zanetti. Pirlo. Now it's Ibrahimovic. And this is Del Piero. He's having a hit! Alessandro Del Piero! Another ice-cool goal! Sumptuous finish, an absolute joy! And surely that does it! Perfect time, decisive strike! Stylish in the extreme, a delicious goal.
Oh, how does he get the ball to do that? He's on another level to most of his peers.
And very quickly, the substitute made his mark.
That's just as the manager would have seen it, an impact sub.
Things starting to look very comfortable.
Well, that's pretty much sealed it now, and surely, Peter, we're not going to see any complacency after that.
He's found a way through. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. Well, there is a look that says it all. A piercing stare.
Yeah, he just didn't seem to get enough on the pass, Peter, did he?
Zanetti, the man that is tenacity personified. And it's Cruyff. Yeah, he's fouled him there. And he's going to have his name taken. So we have movement on both benches.
Le numéro 15, Raphaël Varane. Le numéro 17,
Tuyen.
Pepe.
And the keeper's got it again. Buffon, the consummate custodian whose focus is unbreakable.
Attention, changement.
And the number on the board is 3. Ajax have a free kick. Vieira. And that will be the final act. Well, that's a tough one. Losing is never good, but this one feels especially hard to take. Not a